Have you ever noticed how some mornings feel full of peace, strength, and light, while other mornings feel lazy, heavy, and empty? Have you ever asked yourself if one small habit after Fajr could be stealing Barakah from your entire day? If you want more faith, more focus, and more blessing in your life, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to change their mornings. Alhamdulillah. All praise belongs to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companions, and all those who follow his path until the last day. My dear brothers and sisters, the early morning is not an ordinary part of the day. It is not just a few quiet minutes between darkness and sunrise. It is a sacred opening. It is a special gift. It is a time filled with a special gift. It is a time filled with mercy, peace, and hidden treasure for the one who understands it. Many people wake up for Fajr, pray quickly, and then return to sleep as if nothing important is happening. They think the job is done. They think they have completed what was required, so now they can go back to the bed and continue their rest. But what if something precious is being lost in those moments? What if the hours after Fajr carry a secret that many people ignore? What if the one who sleeps after Fajr is not only resting, but also missing light, calm, energy, and barakah? Today we are talking about a powerful subject, a subject that can change the feeling of your mornings and the direction of your days. The secret of morning barakah. Why you should not sleep after Fajr. First, we need to understand one beautiful word, barakah. Barakah is not the same as having more money, more time, or more possessions. Barakah means Allah places special goodness in something. A little becomes enough. A short time becomes productive. A small effort brings big results. A simple meal satisfies. A short day feels full. A tired heart becomes peaceful. This is barakah. It is the unseen blessing of Allah in your time, work, health, family, and worship. And one of the places where barakah enters life is the early morning. The morning has a special taste. The air feels different. The world is quieter. The mind is fresh. The heart is softer. There are fewer distractions, fewer noises, and fewer demands. It is a time when the soul can breathe. It is a time when the believer can remember Allah with presence. It is a time when a person can start the day with worship, gratitude, planning, learning, and honest effort. This is why the early morning has always been loved by the righteous. They knew something many people have forgotten. If you win the morning, you can win the day. But the opposite is also true. If you lose the morning, the rest of the day often struggles to recover. Think about what happens when someone wakes up for Fajr, prays half asleep, and then falls back into bed. The body sleeps again, but the soul misses a golden hour. The eyes close, but opportunity passes. The bed feels sweet for a moment, but the day often becomes dull. The person wakes up again later, feeling slower than before. The body may have rested more, but the heart does not feel stronger. The mind feels foggy. The morning is gone. The best part of the day has already slipped away. Some people say, what is the problem? Sleep is sleep, rest is rest. If I prayed Fajr, then what is wrong with sleeping after it? The answer is that not all hours are equal. Not all moments carry the same value. There are times in life when the doors of blessing feel more open, and the early morning is one of those times. The one who uses this time well often sees a difference in mood, work, worship, and focus. The one who wastes it often feels a hidden loss, even if he cannot explain it. There is a reason many people who build strong routines, whether in deen or dunya, guard their mornings carefully. The early morning shapes discipline, it shapes mindset, it shapes spiritual strength. When you stay awake after Fajr, you are telling yourself that your day begins with purpose, not laziness. You are telling your soul that worship is not a box to tick, but a light to carry. You are telling your heart that after standing before Allah, you will not rush back to heedlessness. You will remain awake. You will remain present. You will remain open to the blessing that Allah sends in those hours. Imagine a builder laying the foundation of a house. If the foundation is weak, the walls will suffer. If the foundation is strong, the structure stands firm. In the same way, the morning is the foundation of your daily life. If you begin it with prayer, remembrance, and useful action, the rest of the day stands with strength. If you begin it with sleep, delay, and laziness, the weakness often spreads into everything else. This is not only about productivity, it is deeper than that. It is about spiritual sensitivity. After Fajr, the heart is in a special state. You have just stood in Salah. You have just recited the words of Allah. You have just turned your face away from the world and toward your Lord. That softness should be protected. That light should be extended. That moment should not be cut off too quickly. Staying awake after Fajr allows the heart to continue in remembrance. It allows the soul to absorb what happened in prayer. It allows the believer to sit with the peace that comes after worship. Many of us complain that our hearts feel hard, our minds feel distracted, and our duas feel weak. Yet we run away from one of the best daily opportunities to soften the heart. The minutes after Fajr can be used for dhikr, Quran, dua, reflection, and quiet thinking. Even if it is only 20 or 30 minutes, that time can carry more goodness than hours later in the day when the phone is buzzing, tasks are calling, and the mind is scattered. There is also another important point. The person who sleeps after Fajr often feels that the day starts late, even if the clock says it is still early. He wakes up feeling as if he has already missed something. He rushes into the day instead of entering it calmly. He skips the emotional and spiritual preparation that the morning offers. He wakes up into stress instead of waking up into peace. You may have seen this in your own life. On the days when you remain awake after Fajr, even if you feel a little sleepy at first, something beautiful happens. Your body slowly adjusts. Your mind becomes clearer. Your chest feels wider. Your work begins earlier. Your prayers feel more connected. Your thoughts become more organized. Even the problems of life feel easier to carry. But on the days when you sleep again, the opposite often happens. You wake up heavy. Simple tasks feel harder. Time passes quickly. The day feels shorter than it should. You wonder where the hours went. This is one of the signs of Barakah and the loss of Barakah. When there is Barakah, the day feels expanded. When there is no Barakah, the day feels stolen. The one who stays awake after Fajr is not simply fighting sleep. He is training the nafs. He is building discipline. He is learning to choose benefit over comfort. And this lesson does not stay in the morning only. It enters every part of life. The one who can leave the bed for Fajr and resist going back to sleep becomes stronger in leaving sins, stronger in keeping promises, stronger in controlling desires, and stronger in choosing what is right when what is easy is calling him. And one of the quiet daily battles that proves this is the battle after Fajr. Now let us talk about why people fall into this habit so easily. One reason is that many people stay awake too late at night. They sleep after midnight, after 1 in the morning, or even later. They spend hours on the phone, scrolling, watching, chatting, and wasting the most important energy of the night. Then Fajr comes and they wake up tired. They pray, but their body is still calling for more sleep, so they return to bed. This means the problem did not really begin after Fajr. It began the night before. A believer who wants Barakah in the morning must respect the night as well. Sleeping early is not a small lifestyle tip. It is part of protecting the next day. When the night is wasted, the morning becomes weak. When the night is guarded, the morning becomes strong. This is why building a blessed morning often starts with ending a careless night. If this reminder is opening your heart, pause for a second, tap like, join this channel by subscribing, and send this video to one friend who needs a more blessed morning routine. Another reason people sleep after Fajr is that they do not have a clear reason to stay awake. If a person wakes up and thinks, now what, then the bed becomes very attractive. But if he has a plan, the morning becomes alive. If he knows that after Fajr he will read Quran, make zikr, walk, review his goals, study, write, exercise, or begin work, then staying awake becomes easier. Purpose kills laziness. Direction gives strength. This is a very important lesson. Many people do not need more time. They need more intention. They need to know why they are awake. They need to know what this time means. If you treat the morning like a gift, you will unwrap it carefully. If you treat it like empty time, you will throw it away. Some people ask, does sleeping after Fajr always mean a person is sinful? We should be fair and balanced. There are exceptions. Someone may be sick. Someone may have worked all night. A mother caring for a baby may be exhausted. A person may truly need extra rest because of unusual conditions. Islam is a religion of mercy, not cruelty. The point is not to make people feel guilty for every tired morning. The point is to understand the general wisdom and not make this habit a normal part of daily life when it can be avoided. If a person has a valid excuse, Allah knows. But many of us, if we are honest, do not return to sleep because we truly need it. We return because it is comfortable. We return because it is easier. We return because our nafs has become used to choosing softness over strength. That is the habit we must challenge. Sometimes a person earns less than someone else but lives a more peaceful life because his income has barakah. Sometimes a person has fewer hours than someone else but completes more because his time has barakah. Sometimes a person speaks simple words, yet those words enter hearts because his speech has barakah. So, when we say the morning has barakah, we are talking about a kind of goodness that reaches beyond what the eye can measure. My dear brothers and sisters, the greatest loss is not losing money. The greatest loss is losing a chance to become close to Allah. If the time after Fajr helps you remember Allah more, read His book more, ask Him more, and live more purposefully, then sleeping through that time again and again is not a small issue. It is the loss of repeated opportunities for nearness. And look at how Shaitan works. He does not always pull a person into major sins immediately. Sometimes he is happy with smaller losses repeated daily. A lost morning here, a missed Quran session there, a delayed start, a heavy mood, a distracted mind, a lazy body. A person may not notice how much is being stolen from him because each loss seems small. But over weeks, months, and years, those small losses become a weak life. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine a person who protects the time after Fajr almost every day. He prays, he sits, he remembers Allah, he reads Quran, he reflects, he begins useful work. He carries that energy into the morning. Over weeks, months, and years, what kind of person does he become? He becomes steady, he becomes disciplined, he becomes peaceful, he becomes reliable, he becomes spiritually alive. This is how small daily choices shape destiny. Another important benefit of staying awake after Fajr is that it gives you protected time before the world starts demanding things from you. Later in the day, everyone wants something. Messages come, calls come, work comes, family needs come, problems appear. But early in the morning, there is a space that still belongs to you. More importantly, it belongs to your relationship with Allah. If you waste that protected time, it may not come back in the same way later. This is why many people say they want to read Quran more, make more dua, or reflect more deeply, but they never find the time. The truth is that the time was there in the morning, but sleep took it away. And after the day becomes busy, the heart is no longer in the same state. So how can a person build the habit of staying awake after Fajr? The first step is to make a sincere intention. Do not treat it as a casual experiment. Treat it as a meaningful act of worship and self-reform. Say to yourself, I want the barakah of the morning. I want to protect the light that comes after Fajr. I want to begin my day in a way that pleases Allah. The second step is to fix your night. Reduce late screen time. Stop useless scrolling. Sleep earlier. Even small changes help. You cannot abuse the night and then expect the morning to feel easy. The third step is to prepare something good for after Fajr. Keep your Quran ready. Keep a small list of dhikr. Plan a short walk. Prepare water. Write down 3 tasks for the morning. Have something that pulls you forward. The fourth step is to avoid going back to the bed. This is very important. Do not say, I will only lie down for 5 minutes. For many people, 5 minutes becomes 1 hour. Change your physical position. Wash your face. Drink water. Sit in a chair. Walk a little. Open the window. Put yourself in a state where sleep does not easily return. The fifth step is to begin small. You do not need to turn every morning into a long program from the first day. Even staying awake for 20 minutes after Fajr is a victory if it is consistent. Read a page of Quran, make dhikr, sit in silence and make dua, then build from there. The sixth step is to notice the difference. Pay attention to how your day feels when you stay awake and how it feels when you sleep again. Once you truly taste the difference, motivation becomes stronger. Experience teaches what words cannot. And the seventh step is to ask Allah for help. Never rely only on willpower. Say, O Allah, bless my mornings. O Allah, help me use the time after Fajr in a way that pleases you. O Allah, make me love what brings me close to you. Hearts change by the permission of Allah, so do not underestimate this matter. Do not think this is only for scholars, students of knowledge, or very religious people. This is for anyone who wants more peace, more focus, more light, and more blessing. The businessman needs it, the student needs it, the parent needs it, the young person needs it, the one struggling with sadness needs it, the one trying to leave sin needs it, the one asking Allah for a better life needs it. My dear brothers and sisters, There is also a healing side to the early morning. Some people carry stress, sadness, anxiety, and confusion. Their minds are crowded, their hearts are restless. They feel like life is moving too fast and their soul cannot catch up. The time after Fajr can become a daily medicine for such a person, not because every problem disappears at once, but because the soul finds room to breathe before the noise begins. When you sit after Fajr, even for a little while, the heart starts to settle. You remember that Allah is in control. You remember that provision comes from Him. You remember that no problem is bigger than His mercy. You remember that every day is another chance to return. This remembrance changes the inside of a person, and when the inside changes, the outside becomes easier to manage. Many people are trying to fix their lives only from the outside. Better plans, better apps, better schedules, better techniques. But they forget that the heart also needs nourishment. The morning is one of the best times to feed the heart with faith. A person who feeds the body and starves the soul will still feel empty. A person who gives the soul its share of remembrance often finds strength even in hardship. The time after Fajr is also a powerful moment for dua. The heart is soft, distractions are fewer, and the mind is not yet buried under the pressure of the day. This is the moment to ask Allah for what truly matters. Ask for guidance, ask for halal provision, ask for protection from sin, ask for healing, ask for strong Iman, ask for a home filled with mercy, ask for righteous children, ask for wisdom in decisions, ask for your heart to remain alive. If you are still with me, write one word in your heart right now: change. And if this message is helping you, like this video, subscribe for more reminders, and share it so another tired soul can discover the blessing hidden after Fajr. Do not think these are small moments. A life can change through a sincere dua made while the world is still quiet. Another wisdom in staying awake after Fajr is that it helps a person respect time. He begins to see time as a trust. He no longer throws away the first part of the day without thought. He becomes more careful, more alert, more grateful. He understands that every sunrise is not guaranteed. One day a person will pray a final Fajr. One day he will see a final morning. If we truly remembered this, we would not be so quick to sleep through the precious opening of another day. The successful believer is not the one who only dreams of change. He is the one who builds it through small acts repeated with sincerity. And waking for Fajr is already a mercy, but protecting what comes after it is a higher level of care. It is like being invited to a palace and then leaving before seeing its gardens. Why rush away from a blessed time when it could become the most beautiful part of your day? Maybe someone listening to this has tried before and failed. Maybe you stayed awake for 2 days, then returned to old habits. Maybe you feel weak. Maybe you think, this is not for me. But do not let one failure define you. The path to improvement is built through returning, trying again, and asking Allah to open the door. Every strong routine was once difficult. Every disciplined person once struggled. Every bright morning once required a choice. So begin again. Even if yesterday was wasted, begin again. Even if last week was lazy, begin again. Even if you have slept after Fajr for years, begin again. Allah can place new strength in a sincere heart. And when you do begin, protect your intention. Do not stay awake after Fajr only to become busy with your phone, gossip, or distraction. The goal is not merely to avoid sleep. The goal is to fill that time with what carries benefit: worship, learning, reflection, planning, halal effort, calm preparation for the day. This is what turns wakefulness into barakah. It is also beautiful to make your home feel different after Fajr. Turn on soft light, keep the environment peaceful, avoid loud chaos. Let the house feel like a place where the morning is respected. If you have children, let them see that the time after Fajr matters. Even if they are young, the atmosphere will teach them. A home that honors the morning often grows with more calm and order. For students, this time can become a secret weapon. 1 hour after Fajr can be worth more than 3 hours later in the day. The mind is clean, the world is quieter, memory is often sharper. For workers and business people, this time can become the most focused hour for planning and meaningful effort. For parents, it can become a space for dua before the demands of the family grow. For anyone seeking change, it can become the daily meeting point between intention and action. And remember, every sacrifice for Allah is seen by Allah. The struggle to stay awake when the bed is calling, the effort to move when the body feels heavy, the choice to read Quran when sleep feels sweet, none of this is lost. Allah sees the battle that nobody else sees. He sees the sincerity behind the struggle. He knows when a servant is trying to choose him over comfort. My beloved brothers and sisters, imagine meeting Allah with years of blessed mornings behind you. Imagine how many verses you could read, how many du'as you could make, how many tears you could shed, how many plans you could build, how many sins you could avoid, simply because you protected the time after Fajr. A great life is often built from protected small moments. And now ask yourself honestly, what has sleeping after Fajr really given you? A little extra comfort? A few more minutes of rest? And what may it have taken from you? A softer heart? A clearer mind? A stronger routine? A more peaceful day? Hidden barakah that you never even noticed was missing? Do not let your best hours be buried under your blanket. Do not let your mornings be stolen by a habit that weakens your spirit. Do not stand before Allah in Fajr and then turn your back on the blessing that follows. Hold on a little longer, stay awake a little longer, remember Allah a little longer, and watch how your days begin to change. Before I close, I want to leave you with this thought. Maybe the life you want is waiting on the other side of a better morning. Maybe the peace you are asking for is hidden in the silence after Fajr. Maybe the discipline you need begins with one simple decision. Do not go back to sleep. May Allah fill our mornings with light. May Allah place barakah in our time, our homes, our work, and our worship. May Allah help us pray Fajr with sincerity and remain awake after it with purpose. May He protect us from laziness, heedlessness, and wasted days. May He make the early morning beloved to our hearts and full of blessing for our lives. And remember, the secret of morning barakah is not far away. It begins tomorrow. It begins at Fajr. It begins with a prayer, a choice, and a heart that says, "Oh Allah, I am awake for you."